Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Golf, and with us, head coach Sam Stark. And first of all, Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. Really glad to be here.
Congratulations. Obviously, a great finish by your men's team this past weekend. Finished second overall at the GLIAC Championships, and had a great weekend.
Great weekend by the guys. Fought hard. Just ran into a Davenport team that might be the hottest, maybe in the nation, definitely in the Midwest. They've had a spring very similar to ours, where the trajectory has just been up and up and up. And that's all you can ask for in the spring. I told our guys yesterday, it's crazy when you think about spring golf in the Midwest because it's really condensed to about a month. We've played 6 events over the past 32 days. So to be on that torrid of a pace and to be conditioned to play your best golf in mid-April and peak at the right time is what those guys did. But just ran into a really hot group. I was able to beat Grand Valley in the semis, which is great. A lot of respect for them. They're one of the better teams in our region and one of the best in the nation. So that was a huge boost. Just couldn't quite get over the top in the finals, but really proud of those guys. They got so much better from the fall to the spring, and that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Obviously, a unique format at the GLIAC Championships. First 2 days, you played a normal tournament for you guys, stroke play. You finished third overall, just a stroke out of second place, and had to really have a good finish in order to move on as one of the top 4 teams.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. You've seen a lot of conferences shift towards that as the national championship has shifted towards medal match play, where you might have a day or two of normal stroke play. And then it's a question of, do you change your mindset once that medal match play comes around, just because it is 1v1. In stroke play, anything can happen. I mean, perfect example is a guy from Davenport was tied with our guy going into 18, makes an eagle on the last hole. I mean, as a player, you live for moments like that, and our guys certainly had their fair share of moments. A guy like Andrew Proctor, who was playing our 5 guy, makes a birdie putt on his first match against Grand Valley, and then a huge par putt at the end. And then does the same thing in the afternoon. And so it can make heroes out of anybody, and it can come from anywhere on your roster. So it's a very unique but very cool format. I'm glad we do it. Does get you ready for some postseason play, because that's going to be the case if you are lucky enough to get to the national championship.
Obviously a 584 team score in the first 2 days. You went on, you beat Grand Valley in the semis, then a head-to-head matchup against Davenport in the finals. What's the pressure like, knowing that every stroke is going to count when it's all said and done?
It's fun. It's what we play for. I mean, that's why I coach, and I told our guys after, it's a big reason why I came back to Ferris. You know, it's my first year, and we're used to winning championships and competing for championships. Our programs combined have won 25 GLIAC championships. We're hoping to make it 26, but that's why you put on that Bulldog logo and go out there every day. So to have them compete as hard as they did, and really for them to be as great of ambassadors as they are for our program, that's where I was really proud of them. Hopefully we get a shot at regionals. Not quite sure. That's a little bit out of our hands since we didn't get an automatic qualifying spot. That'll go to Davenport. But great match with both teams. Actually 2 Bulldog coaches on the other side, and Gary Bissell, who is my teammate here, and you know, Davenport's got an alum there as well. So pretty cool to see that Bulldog network kind of spread throughout the GLIAC. But really proud of our guys the way they fought.
Obviously, in the individual portion of it, led by Thomas Hersey in the first 2 days, finished second overall, and a guy that's been really a great leader and a great golfer here at Ferris State throughout his career.
Tom's been fantastic. Unfortunately, he was out with injury in the fall, and but to his credit, still a great leader, even when he couldn't play. Knew we were going to have you know, him for the spring, and that was huge for us. He's just emotional leader. He's locked in all the time. He's always hungry. Tom's the nicest guy in the world. You get him on the golf course, he gets that look in his eye, you better watch out. He's seriously one of the most considerate young men that I've ever coached, but no one else we'd rather have lead our team. So to see him do well this spring means a ton. Averaging under par, you know, shot 68 in the medal match play portion over the weekend. So not much more we could ask of Tom. He's a great leader, a great team captain for us. So just always a consummate professional, consummate Bulldog, everything we want out of guys who are in our program.
Obviously, along with coaching the men's team, you're also coaching the women's team, and a chance to go back to Augusta, Michigan this coming weekend with the women's tournament taking place.
Yeah, looking forward to that. They've had a good week off. You know, we needed a little Easter break there to recalibrate some things, especially with the weather we've had in Michigan. Snowing outside right now, but luckily we've got great facilities, so we're still able to practice very effectively over at CACI with the Ken Jenkins Learning Center. So putting in a lot of time. You know, they've had a little bit of a more inconsistent spring, to where we got some really serious contributions in the fall from the bottom half of our lineup that hasn't been there quite this spring, hasn't meshed as well. But I know that that bottom half and really everybody is going to prepare really well this week as we head back down to Stonehenge. A golf course played really well out in the fall, and so looking forward to that. And trying to get to that mental match play again, where the mentality changes a bit, and hopefully control our own destiny from there.
Obviously, kind of like the men's side, on the women's side, a lot of teams certainly that are capable of winning an event like this, and a lot of great competition here in the GLIAC.
It is. I mean, you got Grand Valley, Wayne State, Northwood, us. That's really been the top 4 all season. You're hoping that's kind of how it shakes out in the stroke play portion. But they're teams that we can hang with, teams where they have great depth as well. And I feel very strongly that we have some of the best depth in the GLIAC. It's just about going out and proving it on the right day, similar to the men's side, peaking at the right time. So that's what we'll be looking to do. Should be led by Elena Eldred and Danny Staskowski. They've been great for us all season. They took a combined tied second. They tied almost won the tournament that was at the same golf course in the fall. So they're rolling with a lot of confidence right now, especially with the familiar surroundings. So looking forward to getting down there. Familiar turf for me since I was just there the last 4 days. I know all the local spots, but it'll be exciting to get out there, practice round Thursday, a couple stroke play rounds Friday, Saturday, and then hopefully mental match play for us on Sunday.
Obviously, your first year as the head coach here at Ferris State, but as you mentioned earlier, a Bulldog alum. What's it been like being back here at Ferris State?
It's everything you could expect. I told those guys yesterday as we were in the van, it was a pretty emotional van ride home for us, but that's the reason I came back, was to compete for championships, but more importantly to have quality people represent us, especially as an alum. And the more we're able to do that and bring those quality people in, that's really the goal as a coach. That's all you could ask for. It just means a little bit more when it's your alma mater. So to have the success we've had historically, to have the great people that we've had, both administratively and on the teams, who go down the list of my teammates and recent Bulldog grads, and I've heard all the way from people in the 90s, that the history just means a lot to us. And we've been lucky enough to have a really strong history of great golf, but even more importantly, a strong history of just producing great citizens and people who are going to really represent Bulldog Nation well as they go out into the world.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck with the women's team, and congratulations on a great finish on the men's side.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. You can follow all the action at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.